Hello everyone! Hello, we're back with more FF14. We're going to be taking Cooking Way back down below. Alright. With our behemoth. This is another mount where it feels like you're moving not very quickly, but you are. With how the lumbering of the behemoth legs work. Jeremy, are you upset when you meet men whose arms, or women, whose arms look like legs? Chocobo, where do you rank FF16? Like my old pal, Mr. McCraig, with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg? Yeah, that was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? Limsalimus is home to Culinarians Guild and many less than savory establishments. The Far East is oodles of noodles. There you go. The oodles of noodles. Well, would that I had time to visit! The more I learn of it there, it's the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heidelin's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. Sage Council. Miro, I trust at that time that Merrill agronomics did bear fruit. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational wishes. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to the Sharlayan hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every Loporrit there, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Aww. Well, let's save some time and just teleport over there. No one has bought Xenoblade 3 as a game yet, although I do own Xenoblade 3, thanks to Jeremy. Nobody's bought Xenoblade X either, though I kinda don't want to stream Xenoblade X now that they shut down the service for it, because it is insanely difficult to get money, from what I've been reading. And money is, well, necessary. Yes, Miro. That was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? The Black Shard is quite leafy indeed, and a place of utmost tranquility. They're verdant, at least. The trees of Gervania stand particularly proud. Just to see the forest of the first. One was purple. I say. With a star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. How ridiculous we must seem to you. Trying so hard, yet achieving so little. Not at all. My works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Thancred. This is Thancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations have proceeded without interruption here, despite news of the coming end. We have the Forum leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried, though. Quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not. Though aided by our goodly growing way, we may yet find other ways to lighten the burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me so capable, but I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him? Why are you looking at Urianger when you say that? 'Tis as good a place as any. Come. Fucking hell. That's right, guys. The beginning of the stream here, and a good deal of it, is going to be busy work for this because for some reason they felt this necessary. Isn't Cooking Away the one they have written the cookbook as? I haven't read through the cookbook in a while, but I'm pretty sure you are accurate in that assumption. This guy looks like he just needs a swift kick in the nuts. Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me. Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray, tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that is the sum of decades of Sharlayan ingenuity, that is built with peerless, elegant technology, is all true, but I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a starfaring vessel, let alone flown it at the greatest expanse. The tests we've run have all been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage, but even so, if it fails us, then what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart on the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but, well... Maybe you could tell me if there's any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a mean by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Aha, gravitation. Maybe I can be of help after all. Up there's not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, but if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos rather than separate places. I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from the insights born of experience. Might I prevail upon the Loporrits to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is naught we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aethers, and learn more about them while we're at it. One thing I do think they did really well here is they made it so that the Loporrits, like, genuinely care about the people, and you can kind of feel that in everything they do. Oh, glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. But they're still so curious and childlike, it's great. Miro, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray, seek out the distressed and the apprehensive and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, that I might introduce each to a suitable Loporrit. Oh, I do so look forward to that! A place for every Loporrit, and every Loporrit in their place. But yeah, Chocobo, I am definitely looking forward to playing more Xenoblade. I know you requested the first one way back when, and it took the better part of a month to play, which is nothing to FF14, but this is all me. I'm sharing what I love with you guys, so... Apologies, but I am awaiting a delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. It seems like this Gleaner's too busy to chat. For his benefit or what otherwise. So I hear Xenoblade 3 is better than 2. Okay, why would you put... That is something that irritates me. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there, but searching for a new star part of the planet sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forums, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on God knows what made by God knows who. You mean to say that I can speak with them directly? Amazing! I hope they like questions. The Loporrits as a playable race? There is a lore reason, being that there's a limited number of them created by Heidelin, and they can use creation magics, which is something they don't want players to have. Although I'm sure they could, like, make it work in some fashion. And they may still eventually down the road, just Loporrits only came out in Endwalker, so... Just leave me to my misery. The forum can appoint someone else. I apologize, I simply don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pilot the Ark if I'm already falling apart under the pressure? You know a starship pilot that I might speak with? Truly? Well then, there's no time to waste. They can help me prepare for this monumental task. I will say, one of the main reasons we haven't seen, or we probably won't see a new race in the game, is because the developers of this game, while they make great stories and zones and the game is gorgeous, they are very lazy when it comes to creating new races. Enough so that they don't, like, Brockar and Vieira, for the longest time, didn't get any headgear because they didn't want to model it. Is anything bothering me? Well, I've been loading cargo for bells now, so my back feels like a void sense played it as a piano. My feet and knees as drums and cymbals too. This Gleamer seems fine if it need a break. Okay, so there's one thing that is a little irritating is when they give you such a large area to talk to people in, and then some of those people are just like not useful to what you're doing at all. It adds flavor to the story, I get that, and that's good, but at the same time it's fucking annoying when you have to run through a gigantic area and the people you find are not useful. Consult our collaborators. I suppose that would be more effective than sitting here brooding. I'm attempting to calculate how much cargo we can consolidate into fewer trips, should the Aether Burner make our original estimates unfeasible, but there are simply too many variables. I feel as if it will blow, my brow will turn inside out. Perhaps our lunar associates will have more insight into how much weight constitutes too much weight for our purposes. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, that's another thing. The game already has a massive amount of busy work, so tossing more in is kind of annoying. My face? What's wrong with my... Ow! Perhaps I am a bit tense. I was tasked with ensuring that the proper fauna, and only the proper fauna, are brought with us to the moon. However, the suitable ability of a few species is still under debate, and I can hardly make the decision myself when I know so little about the environment up here. Including the Loporrits in our discussion is a wonderful idea. I absolutely will. Thank you. Perhaps their biology itself might offer some clue as well. There's been a lot of unknowns lately. How might I help you? My, what a lovely idea. I do notice people becoming rather tense, so I rushed out to pluck some fresh and fragrant tea leaves. Now I need only to track down 100 or so cups. But don't you worry, I can manage. I hope you plan to cheer everyone up goes well. This woman's doing better than you are. Rude. Okay. I'm gonna fart. It's gonna smell really gross. Yes, you idiot. Have you seen my envelope lying about? I think you need to be punched in the face. This imbecile refuses to give me the alchemic I ordered without that bloody slip of parchment. Unless your friends have a spell to make me remember where I dropped my damn envelope, I doubt they'll be more help than you. And you've wasted enough of my time already. Alright, so this is, it would be unfortunate for all involved to inflict this man upon the Lopporrits. So this, here, this is the kind of guy that needs to be left behind. Fucking, I don't know who made Uncle Fester an administrator, but they made a mistake. What am I thinking about? The medical facilities on the ship, of course. I designed them with the assistance of our sages and Uriangers, but not to imagine every illness or injury that might face in the great expanses beyond any of us, to say nothing of the effects that living out there indefinitely might have on the body. The crew from the moon? Why did I not think of that? Okay, cool. Capricious researcher. Wow, this guy, no, she's rather hunched over. Aha! The end of the world is nigh, yet the work goes on no faster. Schedules are such temperamental things. Feasible one moment, utter bullocks the next. And yet, I've never felt so alive. This one is beyond your help. Only sleep can save her now. I'm gonna fucking fly. It's weird that they're playing Torn from the Heavens, and the song's called From Below. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground, 56 bunches of weeds. Rip one out, add to the mound, 55 bunches of weeds in the... I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear! I was in need of a little break, you see, and then I found myself unable to relax at all, so I went on a walk, and then I noticed these weeds, and... Pleasant conversation with partners, and oh so fuzzy! Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax. Alright, well, I'm glad we were able to help her out. Now, if only the game would help me out and stop hiding these fucks all over the goddamn place. Level-headed engineer. Concerns? Nay, there's no point worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. This woman seems to be coping well. Hey guys, we need people not coping well. Like, what? Why are you standing behind this building, you fucking piece of shit? My god, my chest is tight. Am I dying? Is this what that feels like? Yes. Oh, do pardon me, I didn't see you there. There's no cause for concern, I assure you. I am merely dying over here. No cause for concern, even though we may need to depart at any moment, and if the whole high design buckles under the strain, the entire vessel may explode on launch, claiming countless lives and dooming all mankind. But that is highly unlikely. Yes, highly unlikely. Highly. Our visitors can help me triple check for structural flaws, you say? Why, that would be wonderful. I'm breathing more easily already. Alright, now we gotta find one more of these fucks. That's gonna be an exercise in and of itself. Okay. Breathe, breathe. Your next quest is handing out the 100 cups of tea. You say that, but I have had a quest where I had to go hand out tea in this expansion. I think twice now. That guy's name was Jessamy. Harried Aetherologist. Alright, you gotta be the last one, right? Blasted assistants! Where have they gone off to at a time like this? Beg pardon, but I have not the time for idle chit-chat. I need to reconfirm the ether levels are consistent throughout the vessel's machinery, and it seems I shall have to do so single-handedly. I swear, when I find one of those assistants of mine... The Loporrits are willing to help. Why didn't you say so? At least they won't moan about how they checked 24 times already and haven't slept in weeks. These lazy sods. I guarantee you that man has gotten sleep every night while his people are fucking harried. Alright, root redraw Chocobo. Let's go. Alright, we good, Urianger? Behold, Miro. Through thine efforts, word hath spread throughout Labyrinthos. Verily, to a far greater number than we anticipated, Livingweight doth gather more Loporrits as we speak. I shall assign each in accordance with their skills, that new bonds of friendship might be forged. Should greater matters require not thine attention, watch over them, I prithee. What? No, I don't want to watch over them. They can fuck off. I've done enough. I don't think he has slept. I'm fairly certain his throat would have been slit by now. Probably. Look at these Loporrits. They look so happy. Except that one.
So much in, well, in forever.
Lively, isn't it? The town is abuzz. Everyone eager to meet with our friends on the moon.
'Twould behoove you to consult with Sleeping Way. As our moon's pilot, his advice should be most pertinent.
I'm impressed. Truth be told, I struggle to tell one from another. No offense intended, of course.
None taken. After you and your friends left Mare Elementorum, we spent no small amount of time with your Urianger. Oh, the conversations we had. He told us all about Atheris, answered our every question, no matter how trifling or trivial. Look! Every page filled to the margins with knowledge. When I first arrived, I was struck by how little I knew. It was daunting. But then I realized that, were it not for Urianger and his teachings, we'd still be stuck on the moon, gazing at your world and wondering what we've been missing.
What would they think if they could see Urianger now? I dare say they'd be more than a bit surprised. And impressed, no doubt. Master Louisoix, Minfilia, Papalimo, and not to forget...
Oh there. Heard there was a visiting expert who we might bother with a few questions. I take it you'd be the one.
Yes, I am.
Wilson and Blovida, Sharlayans' foremost researchers in the field of teleportation magic, and Moonbreeder's parents.
It hath been some time. 'Tis good to see you in good health.
Likewise, old friend. Blovida and I were most honored to answer the call. Never expected this reunion, though, did we, dear?
I'll say, the nerve. Sending that letter, then running off to the gods know where. Do you have any idea how worried we were?
I'm sorry. 'Twas remiss of me not to deliver the news in person. No, more than that. 'Twas I who...
Our daughter was disillusioned after Master Louisoix left her behind. The day the Scions called upon her was the happiest I'd seen her in years. She made her every choice of her own free will. No one could have ever forced her to do otherwise. Don't blame yourself for her death. Celebrate her life. You know that's what she'd want.
If there is one thing we resent you for, it was that we could not be there to mourn her with you. Reading the words you penned in that shaky hand, we must have cried as much for you as we did for her.
I'm sorry. I truly, truly am. I knew not what to say. Knew not how to express my feelings. The poems and platitudes of wiser men, musings on sadness and loss, studied and memorized, and meaningless in the moment.
Silly boy. We are all powerless before such grief. Even now, try as I might, the words escape me. But in our hearts, we know, we always know.
I remember when you were young, how the lads teased you for choosing the company of books over others. Our moon didn't take kindly to that. Be nice to Urianger, she'd shout, and give them a walloping, no matter how many times we scolded her.
So we offered a suggestion. Rather than starting fights, why don't you be the bridge between Urianger and the others? She had to mull it over for a while, arms crossed, brow furrowed in intense thought. But from that day on, she never let you be alone. She'd drag you outside to play, pepper you with endless questions, read the same books you read, all to try and understand you that much better. I'm sure it was annoying and exhausting at the time, but she only ever had the best of intentions.
And look at you now, at the center of the crowd. The reason there even is a crowd, having brought these people together. You've no idea how proud we are.
To see the boy, our daughter, trusted and believed in more than anyone, grow into the man she always knew he could be. I can see her in you too. Feel her. She walks with you wheresoever you go. So thank you, Urianger, for being who you are.
I think I can feel her too. The truth of her life. Not sorrow, but hope and love.
She was important to him, wasn't she?
You could ask the man himself.
Oh, no. But watching this exchange reminds me how much I've yet to learn about your world. And its people.
You can live here your entire life and hardly learn a thing. And that's why it's too soon for this to end.
That was a very good scene. I really... It's too long in the coming for these two to finally get closure with Urianger. But I'll be right back, guys. It is time for break.